Thank you for staying with us here on eNCA and welcome to the Sports Desk. So the third group of Banyana Banyana players is expected to arrive at home this afternoon. The likes of Noko Matlou, Hildah, Magaia and Thembi Kgatlana arrived back on Tuesday, with the second group returning yesterday. Coach Desiree Ellis is not part of today's group as she's expected to be back in the country later this week. Joining us live from the OR Tambo International Airport is eNCA sports reporter Tshepo Thobane. TT, thank you so much for joining us once again. When we spoke to you last time, you spoke to the Minister of Women in the Presidency, Ms. Dlamini Zuma. The team hadn't arrived. Has the team arrived yet?
Definitely, the team has touched down. In fact, they are busy with their luggage, but we are expecting them to come out in any minute from now. As you can see, Stamiki busy finalizing things. I mean, also remember the most important thing that has also been the talk around Banyana Banyana is about finances, and who more to speak about it than the president of SAFPU, who has been at the forefront for making sure that the girls get what they deserve. Thank you so much, Tulakhanyo. In terms of the preparations, I remember there was an intervention from the Tshepo Foundation. There were talks that were not finalized in terms of contractual talks. Where are we at this point in time?
You'd know that when we left, we had an agreement that they'll get 230, they'll get 115, which is the technical staff, and any other money that they get that will be pledged will be given to them. That contract and agreement still remains. And we're hoping that as soon as SAFA gets the money from FIFA, they'll begin to pay what they ought to pay as guaranteed by FIFA, as well as what was agreed. So we are very happy in terms of that. We do not expect anything whatsoever that will be contrary to what we have agreed. So I think here one of the things that we are raising, of course, is that as we welcome in the Banyana Banyana, we are very excited that they're coming. However, we still believe that there could have been a better arrangement, an arrangement that says, let's get a charter for them, that will bring them. Because those who arrived on Tuesday, they don't feel any, important. I mean, on Wednesday as well, there was no this kind of warm welcome. And only the 12 that are here will be able to be welcome. But we're hoping that going forward, SAFA will then be able to do the things, properly, so that when we welcome our African champions, we are able to accommodate any other needs that they have and ensure that they are flown properly here at home. But importantly for us, what they have said is the loud voice that they made that says that's yearning for professional football. And we're hoping that out of this, there will be a properly run league so that Banyana cannot continue earning 500,000 and so forth. Those are the things that makes it very difficult for the players to negotiate. That is why sometimes unintended consequences of them getting 500 is that when they go play the national squad and you give them 1,000 rand, they get excited and say they are happy with that. But we're hoping that all these things will change, for the betterment of football.
In terms of the timeline, I'm more interested with the contracts because we don't want any problems and mistakes. Timelines, when do you have an idea of when everything will be finalized, to be exact, when they will receive the money in their accounts?
I'm not too sure when is FIFA money going to be in, but as soon as it gets in, that money should find its place to the hands of the players. However, in terms of the 230, we said on or before the 31st of August, we have agreed on that date on the basis that we knew and we strongly believed that Banyana Banyana, let me not say new, but we strongly believed that Banyana Banyana would play the final on the 20th of August. Unfortunately, they could not make the final. So in our terms of arrangement, in terms of the annexure, we had said on the before or on the 31st of August. So 31st of August being the last date where they need to get their monies.
You touched on the professional league for women in the country. There's also, we know that SAFA is bidding to host the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. Hypothetically, do you have a timeline on when you would love to see that professional league happen in the country?
Look, currently what we know is that we have a pilot. But what we then need to do is for SAFA to go out, raise serious funding, but also government to play a very critical and important role to assist in professionalizing, because remember, that's what we call the government priorities and policies, and SAFA must find SAFA's policies and regulations must find expression within that particular body, which is the government. And I'm raising this point because it talks about parity, it talks about parity and equal pay, and also talks about, you know, in terms of administration at the level of leadership, you must have 50-50. So we're hoping that in all these things, when these things are done, they will be considered and they will be done accordingly.
In terms of the lessons, I'm sure you'd want to from the before during the preparations going into the World Cup and as the ladies are coming back, what must we learn about the national women's football team?
I think it's for better preparations. For us, it's better preparation, respect the ladies, respect football, and importantly, respect sports people. And I think if SAFA can prepare better, but not only SAFA, all institutions that are about to, like we will be bidding for 2026, 2027 World Cup, I mean, what is it that we want? So proper structures must be in place. They must be properly oiled to ensure that everything that happens. I don't know that I'm here, but also my mind is there.
I can tell them, no, I'll let you know when they arrive. I mean, we are talking about a very important issue, Thulaganya. We have in the country, we know the most popular football teams, that is Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Yes, Mamelodi Sundowns, they have a ladies team. Now, do you think it will be, and it's ideal for Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates to have women's teams so that to help promote the sport?
When you talk Chiefs and Pirates, you're talking the biggest teams in this country. You know, they are big teams, and as a result, we believe that it will be ideal. But you also know that CAF has said if they want to compete in CAF competitions, they would then have to do that. So we need to be deliberate about what we need to do. That's why we had raised the issue about government, to say government needs to play a role without necessarily interfering in the running of football.
Thank you so much, Thulaganya. Well, in fact, the ladies are now coming out. As you can see, maybe if I step out of shot to see the ladies, the Banyana Banyana team that are going to be coming out here at the OR Tambo International Airport. But what I need to also point out in Tshepo is that unfortunately we are not allowed to speak to the ladies. That was a communique that came from the South African Football Association.
Yeah, no, Tshepo, we did see that statement early on, but we do know that the coach, Desiree Ellis, will address the media when she arrives back in the country. Very, very beautiful scenes there coming out of the OR Tambo International Airport as the ladies continue to land. I see Lebogang Ramalepe in picture, Nokolo Sesane, as well as Usibulele Holweni, all of those ladies going on to make history with South Africa and bringing them into the round of 16 at the FIFA Women's World Cup. Sports Minister Zizi Kotlo is also there. Hopefully we can cross back to you, Tshepo, a bit later on and hear what he has to say. Thulaganya Gaoshibelo already putting the gauntlet out and saying that they need to get the funding to establish the Women's Soccer League that we speak to. But we will be back with more news on eNCA. Thank you so much.